Welcome, boys and goys. Welcome. We're preparing to live stream right now. I'm gonna have to mute myself really briefly, otherwise you'll hear the little echo, 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 echo. Just a moment here. Hold on. There we go. One of these days I'll finally switch over to Streamlabs or OBS or one of those. I can't remember which one they are. But until then, I'm still stuck on Zoom, ladies and gentlemen. Evidently, D is having some technical issues, so we're going to see him hopefully shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess I'll replace what D normally says. The show is for educational and entertainment purposes only, ladies and gerbils. Please don't take anything we say seriously. We're here to basically enjoy ourselves, talk about interesting things, catch up with friends. None of that is something that you should emulate in your life. Please do remember that. And then, of course, be an adult, ladies and gentlemen. You need to be 21 and over, where I am, to talk about some of the subjects we discuss, which is deeply ironic because you can die for your country at the age of 17. But hey, that's the rules. So 21 and over, where I am. But whatever the rules are where you are, please follow them, ladies and gentlemen. Abide by your local rules so you don't get fucking locked up in a goddamn cage. That would be pretty depressing. So far, no one in the live chat yet, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess we'll just keep on trucking, keep on going on. Welcome, ladies and gerbils, whoever does hop on here. Gosh, I'm so unused to starting this show by myself. I'm not even really sure what to talk about. Well, I guess we could talk about my seeds. We could talk about all kinds of stuff. Of course, I'm not allowed to tell you where to get my seeds because I presume that particular old man who I hope to talk about less and less as time goes on, but hopefully he'll fade into obscurity now that I don't know. I guess in this telling of the story, the One Ring has been destroyed, so his malice will dissipate into the ether. What, like Sauron, helpless? I can't remember how Tolkien said it, but anyway, just a helpless, hopeless malice, something like that. Anyway, but ladies and gentlemen, trying to keep our noses clean. Gosh, I'm surprised there's still nobody in the chat. Trying to keep our noses clean for the show so that we don't get reported. So, for example, my background is different. We try not to visibly smoke on camera. Yeah, only a couple people watching. Something's up with the streams. Maybe you guys are just done with them. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? Maybe I'll give it a little bit because, of course, it is noon time. It takes a second to start sometimes. But I don't know. Can't help but think that something's different. Yesterday, the show got a really slow start, and today the same thing. Usually, people are already saying hello and stuff like that, so I'm really puzzled what's going on. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we'll play it by ear. Hope that there's D right there. Hope he can join at some point. Folks, the show is a conversational show. It's not supposed to be my monologue. That's kind of why I'm weirded out. I'm like, oh, I'm not used to just sitting here talking by myself. Ladies and gentlemen, it is meant to be a conversational show. If you're new to the show by some absolute miracle, because we almost never get new viewers, but every once in a while we get one, so I guess that's complaining too much. If you are new to the show, ladies and gentlemen, this has always been meant to be a cannabis cafe of sorts, basically. So a place where your friends, your favorite growers, and you yourself get to kick back either before your day, during your day, for example, during high noon, or oftentimes after your day, for example, in our evening shows on Tuesdays and Saturdays, I guess. Anyway, all three programs basically are supposed to be conversational and casual, honestly. One of the reasons why I try not to, I don't know, like what's the word I'm looking for? I guess I was looking for a football metaphor, but that probably doesn't honestly make any sense. Anyway, the reason why I try not to really jump down people's throats too much is that I want the conversation to flow more, and I want people to be comfortable enough that they share interesting stories of their lives and stuff, right? So we've definitely gotten some interesting stories from folks in the past. Some of these live streams, I hate to say it, but I think honestly it's a little bit maybe trying to revive a dead horse, honestly. I'm unsure, honestly, because I think sometimes the live streams that still do well really are just hangouts. And I've never really just been interested in like a just a hangout conversation where sometimes there's radio silence for a couple, 3 minutes. Like really, it's just a chance for people to be together because in many cases we don't have third spaces and stuff. And of course, in the gross subjects and stuff that we talk about, I'm trying to be delicate about what I say so I don't get reported. We oftentimes are scattered around the globe. So, it makes sense. I completely understand and I don't criticize those shows, but I haven't had interest in having one of those shows or being one of those shows. So I've always wanted the conversation to kind of go somewhere. So I don't know, if it's too much of a struggle to get people on, like right now, but literally nobody on the fucking show. Perhaps these live streams, at least my version of them, are passé. We'll give it a little while longer, because there's just been so much drama, even just recently, and a lot of people are probably just weirded out. They're like, "Why is Phoebe talking about?" Like, because I never say the guy's name anymore, right? Like, why is Phoebe talking? Is Phoebe crazy? Is he talking about his weird old? No, it's a whole thing. I don't want to get into it. It's ridiculous. Hopefully the drama has petered out, but it has a way of coming back like a rash. So basically, I keep having to look over my shoulder. Okay, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? It gets reported. Knock on wood, not one single show, not on either channel, has been reported for the last, I don't know, over 2 weeks now. I haven't even checked, but it's been over 2 weeks. So we're doing something right. You know what I mean? But of course, at the price probably that. Viewership is down, all that kind of stuff. Cheers, Silent Truth. Love for the Plant. Good to see you guys. Love for the Plant says, cheers, weed nerds and friends. Silent Truth says, they call that beating a dead horse. Uh, Speaking of dead horses, ladies and gentlemen, use my favorite coupon code right now. Well, actually, that's not true. My favorite coupon code is still Gefilte Bitch. But use my favorite coupon code, Giddy Up, ladies and gentlemen, because of course I know I'm fucking beating a dead horse. It's ridiculous, right? But what else am I supposed to fucking do? These guys have been reporting my channel for at least 3 years, maybe more, honestly. But it's been a solid 3 years. It finally occurred to me who was actually doing it. The longest time, I thought it was like assorted different trolls, and I think maybe they were probably because I think it takes more than one person to report the show. But turns out it was probably almost certainly this one particular fucking old man, right? And so I thought about it and I was like, man, the only way to deal with a bully is basically to attack them directly. You really can't get anywhere. The old advice, oh, just ignore the bully there, go away. That doesn't work. I mean, maybe it works 1 out of 15 times or something. But talk to people these days, talk to school teachers, for example. That fucking advice doesn't work in schools anymore. So I was like, holy shit, I'm not smarter than a fucking school teacher. Well, I don't know, maybe I am. I don't know. I've never tried to check. But is there an IQ? That would be a show that I would watch. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? I'd actually want to see, are you smarter than a school teacher? That'd be pretty funny. Uh, uh, Dude, I had a school teacher growing up who was like a PhD. He was a trip though because he was a PhD and the biggest drug dealer in town. So funny fucking guy. Anyway, cool guy actually. Um, God, I was really naive. I didn't realize that until basically either like last term of school or something. My best friend basically told me, and I was like, it completely made sense. It was like I don't know, the cobwebs have been removed, like Artie says in fucking Sopranos. But I don't know how I don't know. I was just a sheltered kid, I guess. I don't know. Never smoked a joint until college. Cheers though, folks. Welcome. D Zombie needs the link, please, Fumador. That is easily given. I'm surprised you can't get it telepathically, D. Just boom, poop pops onto your computer. Can't you do that? I feel like everybody can do that, right? Actually, I've never tried to do that. Maybe it doesn't work that way. Cheers, Red Setter Farm. Good to see you. High noon tokers, he said. High noon tokers and dedicated smokers. Welcome, Red Setter Farm. Good to see you, buddy. Folks, not only Dee's welcome, you guys are all welcome to hop on here. The show is supposed to be an open panel. It's honestly, I think, one of the very few open panels, sort of not on YouTube, that would be ridiculous, but in this sort of segment of our YouTube conversation. But whatever, it's even if there are others or many others, this is at least an open panel, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to hop on here. You're welcome to disagree. I definitely have my opinions. I was just talking to somebody yesterday, and probably told him things that he didn't really necessarily want to hear, but he was like, "Oh, I thank you for your honesty and all that kind of stuff." And I was like, life's too short. I don't know. I was thinking about it after the conversation. It's like life's too short for me to just shine someone on if it's gonna, I don't know, get me a little bit of favor or something. Like, I don't know. It's just not worth it to live a lie, I feel like, you know? Anyway, weird digression, I realize. But see, this is what happens when Fumador's here on the channel by himself. But ladies and gentlemen, I'll dial it back a little bit. You're welcome to hop on here. Just simply, don't be a dick, don't show your dick, don't be a lunatic, don't be an asshole or show your asshole. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to oh, I was talking about disagreement. Like basically, life's too short for me to pretend that I agree with you if I don't agree with you. But life's too short for me to pretend that I don't believe something that I do. And it's also too short for me to pretend to believe something that I don't actually believe, right? There's, I think, a lot of people who jump into beliefs not really having any idea what they're talking about. I'm not one of those kinds of people. I definitely know what I'm talking about if I believe something or believe in something. And that basically means that you need to bring it if you disagree with me. You know, that's all that I ask. Don't bullshit. Don't use talking points. Use your brain. Come on here and use your brain. Debate things. I'd be happy to debate anything, up to and including Israel. You name it, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's a contentious topic. People are like, "Oh my God," shying away like vampires from the fucking light from contentious topics. This is one of the few shows that I actually enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. The showrunner loves contentious topics. We have talked about him many times. Unfortunately, it's usually just Bud Kilowatt and me talking about, super weird shit because nobody else has the cojones, I think, especially late at night when everyone's high. But whatever the circumstances may be, oftentimes it's just Bud Kilowatt, maybe Hardcore and me talking about weird shit at night, right? But ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to hop on here. There's all kinds of political things that affect our lives now. Inflation is going crazy now because of the Trump tariffs. That affects our lives. I was joking about chocolate chips yesterday, but I mean, it's starting to affect our lives in a variety of ways. Grow equipment, you name it. You know, like if I need to actually go get some T-posts and stuff, whatever, for the garden. All that shit is going up, 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 up in price because of these stupid fucking tariffs. These punch yourself in the dick tariffs, basically, that our president enacted, because everything that I'm talking about is made in China or Vietnam. They don't even make them in Mexico anymore because it's too expensive in Mexico. Can you believe that? So they make them in fucking some Southeast Asian country that has almost no labor protections. And wouldn't you know it, those countries now have 75% tariffs and stuff thanks to our president. Good job. Hey, congratulations, Silent Truth. Oh, you did say that it was just the pressure sensor, but that's famous last words because those pressure sensors are famous. Like the pressure sensor module goes out and you have to buy a new one for $300. You might as well buy a new dishwasher. They make them like garbage these days. Very rarely is it something like the pump. One time it was the pump for me. I lucked out. I didn't have to replace my entire goddamn dishwasher. Mind you, I had just bought that dishwasher. Uh, I think it was 1 month out of warranty, and so I'm like, the fuck, I'm gonna pay for service. Suck my ass, right? Because it was a 13-month-old dishwasher, right? And the date code for its manufacture was literally from like a month before that. So we're talking about a 14-month-old dishwasher. Like if it was a baby, it would still be in fucking diapers. You know what I mean? Like give me a fucking break with this piece of shit. And I can't remember, Frigidaire? No, Whirlpool. No, it was a Maytag, but Whirlpool is the company that owns it, right? So I call Whirlpool server. I'm sorry, sir, the warranty expired. You should have bought the extended 3-year warranty for $400 for a $500 dishwasher, right? Or $600 dishwasher. I can't remember how much it was. Uh, but yeah, I got under that thing, fucking had the thing sideways and whatever, figured out, da 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 da. No, it was not the pressure sensor. It was not the module, whatever the walls. It's been a few years, so I forget, but it was basically the water pump. It was clogged, and I didn't even have to replace the water pump. I actually just had to replace, oh, I don't remember now exactly what it was, but it was a doohickey dongle or whatever, basically on the back of the dishwasher. Fucking ridiculous. Jesus Christ. Oh, and then my clothes washer, I think once or even twice, and that piece of shit was like a Frigidaire. Uh, the control panel conked out twice. And then also, oh my God, that fucking dishwasher. Like it would have been a lemon. If you could have basically beaten it to death like in Office Space, we would have, but it died first. The water pump went out on that piece of shit. Jesus Christ, these appliances. And it doesn't seem to matter how much you spend either. It really doesn't seem to matter. There are a couple brands that have a little bit better longevity, but like it basically doesn't matter because any brand that is decent sees their competition cheaping out like crazy. Why the fuck would they make their stuff more expensive? Like the entire market has already spoken, right? That everyone wants cheap shit. Not rather that they want cheap shit. It's the complete perversion of capitalism, right? Where they give us things we don't want, but we have to buy them anyway because you need a dishwasher, right? It's just absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, we're being played on by the fucking corporations and the politicians they pay off, 100%. Uh, and it's just absolutely ridiculous to me because none of these things have to be the way they are, right? Like the companies are just strip mining their own value because they have no long-term expectations, basically. The CEOs know they're going to be gone 5 years. So they're just basically trying to strip mine all the possible value. They know they're going to get taken over by private equity or something anyway that will strip mine everything and saddle them with terrible debt. Yeah. It's just all fucking, it's like a shell game now, you know what I mean? Well, actually, one of the oldest scams, believe it or not, when you look up shell game, they did it back in like ancient Mesopotamia. They did it, they've found evidence that it's older than that. And it's fascinating that not only games and stuff, but like fucking scams can be several thousand years old. What's up, D? I see much movement and befuddling and all that kind of stuff. Are you there or are you still
Yeah,
hanging?
yeah, I'm here. What's
Oh,
going
right
on,
on.
Peter?
What's going on?
What's going on, everybody? What's going on chat? Thanks for everybody for tuning into the safety meeting. I'm actually helping Mrs. D's sister fix the toilet right now. Almost have it finished. We had to cut the floor out and everything because it
Oh,
was,
wow. Holy cow.
yeah.
Goodness gracious.
So Mrs. D's sister's amazing.
Amazing at
A lot
pooping
of
or
shit,
something, or yeah,
fixing and crafting and
I see. I
stuff. Yeah.
was gonna say they had to do a number on that poor toilet. I'm kidding, obviously. Can you here? We're gonna mute you because the audio is rough. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, do hop on here. We'd love to hear from you. It's not supposed to be just a monologue of Humidor here. It is actually supposed to be a conversation here. I'm going to give it a little bit longer because, like I say, sometimes these shows just are not taken off. Probably just need to reevaluate how I do it. Every time I say that, people are like, "No, Fumi, don't take the live streams away." So it is frustrating to me because I'm like, okay, yeah, it would be a dumb idea to stop live streaming, but at the same time, these live streams really are like pulling fucking teeth sometimes. So don't know what to do about it, to be perfectly honest. Even when I ask you guys for ideas, radio silence, right? So if you do have ideas, literally any fucking idea, I don't even care if it's outlandish as fuck. If it makes me laugh, that's good enough, right? Email me, fumino@chronictable.com. Let me know on Discord, DM me on Instagram, whatever the fuck. I don't even care. Try telepathically, see if that works. I don't know. If it does, that would be amazing, right? We could start a whole new business together. It would be like the telepathic bros or broettes or whatever, right? Because I'm assuming, I guess. We do actually have female viewership. Not many, but we do have some. Uh, uh, oh, by the way, I saw the most interesting video the other day, and then I subscribed to the channel. I keep wanting to talk about it, but I feel like it's so out of the fucking way that like nobody will have ever seen this before. Okay, how do I could just tell you about it. How do I find the channel? Oh, I bet it's in my history. Uh, please bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens when Fumidor talks to himself. I bet it's in my freaking history here. What's that, D?
I'm climbing a ladder right now.
Uh, there's a joke in there, but I'm looking for this
Yeah,
channel.
come with your
All
mama.
right, this channel. I'm amazed that this guy actually has 259,000 subscribers, so don't have to help him at all. But it was an interesting, he's like, at first I was watching it because it just sounds funny or sounded funny. Here, I'll show you the page. Uh, Here it is, right here. I feel like this would be really up hardcore's alley. Uh, uh, I don't know if he, because I know there's a lot of people that fucking love Joe Rogan, but once upon a time I used to watch Joe Rogan, right? Like I actually used to, people I think are oftentimes surprised that I actually used to listen to his podcast and stuff many years ago. Basically, when it started, he was where I heard Paul Stamets talk, and he used to have Guy Ritchie on and stuff, and he was a completely different dude. Actually, this guy has a video. Where was it? It was. This video right here, how comedy became a dystopian imperial hellhole. Um, he talks about how Joe was the old guy and became the new guy, basically. Anyway, so the first video that I watched, I think it was this one right here, the how comedy was destroyed by an anti-reality doomsday cult. Uh, like it's a hilarious video, honestly. You'll find yourself laughing many, many times, which I find myself never laughing. I hate to say it at Joe Rogan anymore, but his I suppose critical takedown, I guess you could say, is well done, really, really funny. But you find yourself increasingly kind of becoming aghast because you're like, fuck a duck. This guy is actually connecting quite a few of the dots that people have talked about with this so-called, and here's where I'm talking about this would be perfect, perfect, perfect for hardcore because it's very conspiratorial. There's this whole undercurrent. This could all completely be bullshit, right? But there's this whole conspiracy now that uh and like any good conspiracy, there's probably elements of truth to it, right? So that's the best part of it, right? That's why it's so entertaining. There's this whole group of technocrat billionaires that are essentially trying to remake society. Funny enough, they've actually said that they're trying to remake society. These guys, Peter Thiel and whatever else. And so the idea is that these guys are pushing for now I'm forgetting the name. I don't think he talks about this. But anyway, the concept is supposedly called the Dark Enlightenment. Anyway, and to accomplish this dark enlightenment, they apparently have to do quite a few different things to remake society. And evidently, taking over popular culture was one of them. And so this guy basically obliquely starts talking about this, to kind of taking down Joe Rogan, and talks about how Joe Rogan, being essentially one of the most gullible people in the history of the world, because that honestly was why he was so entertaining, because he was just a gullible guy that would have people on and he would let them fucking talk, right? And he would just be like, "Whoa, that's interesting, bro. That's so interesting," right? Like that's all he would say, right? And they would just keep talking, keep talking, keep talking. But now he's gotten this whole personal opinion on trans rights and how he's the king of comedy and Jesus H fucking balls. And it's unfortunately infected everything. It's infected basically because it's huge money, right? It's infected all the not only the podcasting world but the comedy world, so to speak. And the video talks about how a lot of comedy now basically is simply not even funny. Like when you hear clips of fuck Deuce Bigelow, what's his fucking name? Not Rob Schaefer. No, is that his name? What's his fucking name? Oh, he's busy. Anyway, whatever that fucking guy is, he's ranting. But he's not the only one, right? He's an old man that yells at clowns, right? But like many of the newer comedians, whose names now are escaping me. But you know, Smash has mentioned Theo Vaughn and a bunch of these other guys. When I listen to their comedy, like maybe it's a generational disconnect. I don't know, but like it just sounds like a ranting asshole, right? And I'm like, okay, so where's the funny bit, right? But this has basically come out of this Rogan sphere, right? Anyway, it was a super, super interesting video. So if Hardcore's listening, maybe he's at work or something, J5, I feel like this would be super up his. Oh, there he is, Hardcore right there. I feel like this is Joe Rogan is where he gets all his woke. Jesus Christ. I can't stand the word woke. It seems so ridiculous. It's like, are you trying to say awoken, like not sleeping? Like that sounds like you're describing something good. Like, would you prefer that your brain be asleep? Like it's a stupid fucking word, but of course these are stupid fucking people, so they say it unironically because they have no like I mean, first of all, there's like no other context to their thought. Like what they think is literally at the surface of their brain. You can kind of see in their eyeballs, like just their perception right now is what's going on in their head. That's as far as is what's going on. They see a duck, they're thinking about that duck. That's basically what's going on. Joseph Anthony says humans are like transformers. In fact, that was a good impression of Joe Rogan now that I think about it. Just like, oh my God, I'm looking at a cigar. Now I'm this the cigar person because I'm fascinated by the cigar in front of me. Oh, now I've got coffee in front of me. I will talk about coffee now. Like he's dumb as a fucking rock. Joseph Anthony says humans are like Transformers. We can do anything. We can do anything. Fly, go deep, underwater, space. It's true. If your name is James Cameron, you can go up, you can go down, you can go with your mama or some shit. I don't even know. Uh, Silent Truth says now I have to shop for a new washer and dryer because the current ones are the X's, considering a combo unit, but they all have built-in. Fuck, I hate divorces. Jesus fucking Christ. Um, Silent Truth did say he has the 5-year extended warranty on it, but I didn't feel like jumping through hoops for something that took me 10 minutes to fix. Yeah, I feel that too. Especially since a lot of times the warranty is only on like parts, so then the labor is not included. So you're like, wait, but the part was, well, what do you mean $400? Got to look at the guy's fucking asshole for 3 or 4 hours while he's working on it under uh, although I guess that would be a pretty bad plumber's crack. You see the asshole. That'd be like an award-winning plumber's crack. That'd be terrible. Boy. Uh, why is Joseph Anthony talking about double engine planes? He says, I always liked seaplanes. Your mom likes seamen. Um, I don't think I've ever flown in a seaplane. That's not true. When I was a kid, I think maybe I did once. Eh, iffy on that one. I feel like I did, but it might have just been a memory of seeing one because I've seen plenty of seaplanes come and go. Um, folks, hop on here. We're gonna give it maybe a couple more minutes, but if nobody hops on, I feel like the Fumidor monologue is probably not what we're interested in right now. What's up, Johnny? Cheers, buddy. Plus, I'm coughing still. Uh, uh, I must have had freaking COVID or something like it because I'm like still feeling a little bit under the weather. Still like get super sleepy at like 10 o'clock at night. Like I'm a night person, right? That's so unusual for me. All of a sudden at like 9 or 10, I'm like, give me a fucking break. And basically can't stop coughing. So hopefully, although way better than I was a couple days ago. Like a couple days ago, I was so freaking tired. So I think I'm already getting better. But yeah, the only shit that's ever hit me that hard before was fucking COVID. Oh, and then there was that RSV. That was I guess it technically wasn't a variant of COVID, but anyway, it was going around a couple years ago. Rhino something virus. Rhino. What was the S? Son of a bitch. That's what it was. Rhino son of a bitch virus. Good to see you, Johnny. What have you been up to, bud? Still doing photography and stuff. Still doing uh well, I can't talk about all that ninja shit, obviously, right? You can't tell you that he's a super secret assassin spy. But other than that, what else is new, buddy? Good to see you. Doesn't look like Hardcore's man enough to hop on here. Doesn't look like Silent Truth is man enough to hop on here. He's busy with that dishwasher. Too bad. It's a terrible story. Jones N2 Grow, good to see you, buddy. Oh, we missed the 420. Sorry about that, folks. Schneider. That's the fucking guy. Rob Schneider, not Roy Scheider or whatever the fuck I was saying the guy's name. Rob Schneider. Oh my God, what a weird dude. Um, uh, he still gets shows, like he still gets bookings and stuff, right? And I can't remember how I heard about it, but uh, like I've seen it on Reddit. I've seen the rants on Reddit, right? But then like I don't know, I saw a friend sent me a link or something. She's like, "Oh, a friend of mine just went to this show." And he was just literally fucking ranting about just random fucking yell at old cloud stuff the whole time. It was just literally a set, like a 2 hour set or an hour and a half set of him just ranting. And apparently the crowd thought it was great. And I'm just like, and this guy actually in that video basically shows, I mean, he's cutting up the video, of course, but he's showing several times crowds reacting to some of these nonsense comedians. They're just losing their shit, these fucking crowds. He shows Joe Rogan's last special. Oh, he did a one of the episodes on Rogan's last special. And uh okay, half the time the crowd does actually like crickets, so that's kind of great. He kind of bombed a few times, but half the time they're just laughing uproariously at this dumb trash he's doing. I don't know, maybe it's generational, dude. I don't know. I don't know. But he's older than me. I don't know. Whatever. Uh, he's only ever funny anymore when he's on fucking Sandler's shows. That's the worst part. Like when he's on his own, he's just this crazy old man. But when Sandler shows him up, he's like, "You can do it." I mean, he really only just does bit parts anymore, I guess, right? Uh, gosh, a couple guys lost the gravy train from Sandler's wagon. Um, what was the dude's name? Last movie I want to say he was in was Little Nicky. Uh, he was the dark-haired guy. Uh, not the crazy eye guy, but the kind of like super handsome guy. He was like kind of mousy. Anyway, I can't remember a couple things. Like he did some weird sexual shit to women on set, which thankfully actually Sandler's crew has never dealt with or never tolerated, so they freaking booted him because of that. But evidently he was like talking shit about the crew and all kinds of stuff. The dude just totally went ape shit. So bye. And the rest of the crew just gets this regular paycheck. It's incredible. They just go on vacation basically and film these fun movies. It sounds amazing. Like holy shit on a brick. I want that life. That's amazing. Cheers, Justin Bean. Good to see you. Yeah, I think Sandler's pretty funny. It's not like everything he makes is the world's funniest fucking thing, but I still tell a lot of, old Sandler jokes from way back when, like from his fucking tapes. Fuck me in the goat ass. That's one that I love. He hasn't told that joke for years and years and years. That's when he still did stand up, right? But uh, fuck everything from Billy Madison and so on. Anyway, the kill list for Steve Buscemi's kill list. Oh my God. I'm crossing you off the kill list. Nobody willing to hop on here, huh? Well, I guess I don't know. What do you think? Can't really smoke on camera, so I was gonna say, oh, I could roll a joint, but can't really do that, or I'll get reported. Can't tell you about my website. I could talk to you about the strains, but I'm actually already a little bit fed up with that. By the way, I'm just not fed up with the seeds. I'm just fed up with the fucking whole coot stuff. Anyway, hopefully, oh, I don't know. There's no hope involved. I can just do it because it's my fucking seeds. Maybe I'll just release the new Jack the Ripper lines that I've been talking about finally next week because I feel like I've taken enough time with this freaking old Highland Tie Carolus stuff. Um, Not that I don't honestly enjoy talking about Uranus and all that kind of stuff, right? And the freaking squeak cheeks and so on and so forth. But regardless, I don't know. I don't know. I'm fundamentally not a malicious person, I guess. So when I'm trying to like needle somebody, I don't know. I can only do it for so long, I guess. So I'm gonna finally release some of these Jack the Ripper ones. I think you guys are gonna enjoy them. Like I've got the blueberry Jack the Ripper, ice cream cake Jack the Ripper. There's literally off the top of my head. Why can't I think of any more? I don't have them in front of me. I think I released that one already. Anyway, there's a couple, three other ones. So I think there's about a half a dozen, something like that. So, um, yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy those. As always, I think I'm going to keep up these coupon codes for a while. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to use the coupon code Giddy Up. Obviously, I can't tell you where. I don't know. Try it all over the internet. Try it at your favorite pizza place. If it's a local pizza place, so much the better. I don't know. Maybe they're fans of the show. But perhaps they don't want to spend 40% off or don't want to give you 40% off. Ask them if they use the coupon code JUGOLD. That's probably my favorite. Oh, we just lost D. That's probably my favorite coupon code because that's actually the one that we busted what's his face on camera with. That was spectacular. But I think maybe the embarrassment of being caught on camera with that, maybe above everything, is the reason why he disappeared. He really is that egotistical. But anyway, regardless, if you want to save 33% off, use the coupon code JUGOLD, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to save yourself 40%, though, on the other hand, you could use, there's a couple different coupon codes. My favorite is Gefilte Bitch, but I realize that's difficult to spell. Save yourself exactly the same amount of money. There's no particular reward for using that one. Save yourself 40% off by using the coupon code. It's one word, Giddy Up, capital G and just one word, Giddy Up. Sometimes D. posts it on his Instagram, but he accidentally uses the like two words. Just remember, it's one word. Giddy up. Where to start communicating in Morse code? Your mom likes it when we tap on Morse code, kind of, on the backside, but that's kind of just a thing she does. Uh, where else? Where would be good places to tap Morse code? Your local city park. Just see if anyone is a Morse code enthusiast. You never know. I mean, there's oftentimes metal detectorists, right? Have you ever tried Morse coding? Who the fuck knows, right? Just sit there with an old-timey telegraph with with whatever. I can't even remember why they had the thing. Maybe it's because there's a headphone. Yeah, I'm trying to visualize the movie trope of the telegraph guy, right? Like they had a little, it almost looked like the doctor's thing on their head, right? I don't know. It must be a receiver or something. I never really thought to stop and think about it, I guess. But you need the old-timey telegraph. You just sit there by the trees, like, and there's like a tape running on the back. And then all of a sudden someone's like, oh shit, I brought my telegraph. And you sit across from each other and telegraphing each other. That'd be great. That'd be great. Even you don't know that it couldn't happen unless you try it, right? I mean, how do you know? How do you know there's not another telegraph enthusiast in the park? How do you know there's not someone with a folding metal detector kit in their backpack, right? And so unless you whip out the metal detector and you're all like beep 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 with your freaking headphones, and all of a sudden like five people, maybe the hottest chick in the park, like whips out of her handbag. She's like, "Well, I've got this Gucci metal detector I've been wanting to use for ages now," and you fall madly in love. How do you know? How do you know that's not going to happen? I love that I'm just making shit up right now because nobody's on the show. What's Hardcore saying? I still have a stack of Tree Fitty off coupons from J5's mom. So in other words, basically, what, a free bang essentially, because she doesn't really charge much to start with. Uh, yeah, they're basically 100% off coupons. Is essentially what it is. Hardcore. Good for you. I mean, it's kind of its own punishment, but it is what it is, right? Yeah, free titty. Hardcore says she ain't spelled good though, so it's hard to tell them apart. Man, that's too bad. Yeah, the handwritten, illegible coupons where they just sign their X. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Gotta do what you gotta do. Hardcore says I can usually detect when Pantera is playing. He has a sixth sense for Pantera. He walks into town, he's like, Pantera's on a jukebox somewhere here in town. These are my people. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like nobody is fucking hopping on this afternoon, so I don't know, maybe we'll call it a show. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to check out some of those Highland Tie crosses. There's only a few packs left. Put those guys away. There's a few packs left of the Uranus, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, don't dawdle on that one, though. Don't dawdle on that one, because I definitely want to pop some of these. So don't dawdle on them. There's a few packs of those left. We're good on that Runts of Eden, Highland Tie Kerala so far. What else? I think we're okay on the toilet brush. What else? Yeah, we're good on the forum cut. I'm tempted to make more of those just because it's so fucking sinful, apparently. So-so on this one. I thought we had a little bit more on that one. So-so on that one. Excuse me. So don't dawdle on some of these. Oh, what was it? I put that one away. The Devil's Breakfast. That one we don't have too many packs. So, folks, if you're interested, don't wait too long, especially with the coupon code, because I can't promise I'm not going to. I can't promise I'll keep the coupon code forever. I'm intending to keep it for a little while, but I might change it up because I think that oftentimes makes sense. Use the coupon code for a while, take it off for a while, etc., etc. But we were just talking about that yesterday, Red Setter Farm. So I'll finish my thought. Don't forget to use the coupon code, take advantage, especially while those packs are available, ladies and gentlemen. So, excuse me. Red Setter Farm, we were talking about, well, not technically isopods, actually, because I guess isopods are actually different than, what is the difference between isopods and roly-polies? Okay, they're physically probably different family trees, right? Because we just looked at this up yesterday. The roly-polies are in Armalilididae. I mean, it was the best possible name, but the armored tank-like fuckers, basically. Isopods, though, are in a different family. I actually looked this up one time. This would be a good way to go out on the show. Let's see here. What do we got? Difference. Let's see if there's a page. Oh, there is. Reptile knowledge. Interesting. Uh, oh, roly-polies are a common name for isopods. Okay. Never mind. The pillbug Armadillidum. Hold on. Armadillidium. Oh, it's easier than I thought it was. Armadillidium vulgare. It's the vulgar armadillo. That'd be a great name for a strain, the vulgar armadillo. That's spectacular. The Armadillidium vulgare is an isopod, a type of non-insect arthropod, also known as a terrestrial crustacean. It's sometimes called a roly-poly due to its ability to roll in a ball when disturbed. The vulgar armadillo. That is spectacular. Let's see if there's some pictures here. Uh, oh yeah, okay. It makes more sense when you look at them like that. I don't know, I was creating a whole image in my head that they're like super different. No, not really. I think most people would call that one right there an isopod, but that one would be a roly-poly, like the fucking same. Um, Probably just a little bit different, really related or something. How funny. And these guys are crawling all over the place. Just going ham, just going freaking roly-poly, motherfucker. Always had a soft spot for roly-polies. Always felt bad for them if I disturbed them and they get all scared, you know. Poor guys. Some of them can't roll up into a ball though, so there's different species. So many different colored ones. I don't know. I guess I'm talking about them because I'm so confused by people's conversation about them. The overwhelming conversation whenever I see somebody say something on Reddit, official slammed by him. YouTube says ew. How do you know that they don't think you're disgusting? You're this gigantic flesh monster walking around thump 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 thump. I smell an Englishman. Um, or maybe roly-polies think we're super beautiful. Who knows? Maybe they worship us, right? Anyway, I guess I'm babbling like a crazy person. Cheers, old school. Good to see you, buddy. My apologies for the little delay. I was sick as a fucking dog. Orders are literally going out. Someone out yesterday. The rest are going out today. My apologies. Uh, you'll get some extras in the order. Don't worry. They are literally going out today. Fuck was I trying to say? Roly-polies. The whole discussion on micro growery on Reddit, no-till growery, Grow Buddy. I'm subscribed to a few of them, right? And so every single time someone brings up roly-polies, people are like, "Oh, what should I do with these in my soil?" Da 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 da. And Jeff was talking about it. I think it was Jeff yesterday that was talking about it. Was kind of complaining, but I was like, "Oh, so what are the symptoms, right? What are the symptoms of the problem?" Blah 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 blah. And Jeff, not to criticize Jeff, but he did, I think, a very similar thing to what I've seen on Reddit, for example, where people just kind of assume that the roly-polies are bad. I don't know why you would. I honestly don't know why you would assume that, but I guess because they're visible macro critters, because most of the critters that you see, like you really have to look very closely to see them. And if you don't have very good eyesight, a lot of people use glasses, so maybe they just can't see them. I don't know. Um, what am I trying to say? Roly-polies, like you can physically see them moving around, right? Maybe that creeps people out a little bit. I fucking don't know. I honestly don't know. But you hear it all the time that there are these problematic critters. But growing up, I don't know, maybe I had the luxury of, because I did grow up kind of in the country, you know, we had like, I don't know, maybe an acre and a half or something of land. Not quite, maybe an acre and an eighth or something. Although I don't really know what the difference would be necessarily. Uh, um, what am I trying to say? Well, it'd be 15% bigger, I guess. Anyway, the fuck am I trying to say? I was lucky enough to see creepy crawlies and critters and whatever, you know, garden snakes and stuff, right? So I'm not freaked out about garden snakes or I don't know, owls or whatever else, right? But Uh, I always saw roly-polies. Like I had my favorite mint patch basically, and I would see like roly-polies and worms and bugs and beetles, and the mint would sometimes get the oh, I can't think of the name of it, but it's actually a critter that secretes its saliva and creates this like sponge fog. What do you call that? What am I trying to say? Foam bloom, basically. Uh, I can't think of the name of it, but again, it's actually an insect that secretes that freaking saliva, right? Anyway, uh, I don't know. Maybe that exposure just got me less weird to that kind of stuff. I'm not really sure what it is, you know? Because honestly, most of my life I was kind of afraid of spiders, but I've gotten over it. I've realized that spiders are basically garden friends and stuff like that, right? And I'm always trying to kind of evangelize with my friends, like, "Oh, leave the spider alone." Da 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 da. Sure enough, they are actually more scared of you than you are of them. On and on and on. Anyway, so I'm baffled. I don't know why I'm talking about this so much, but I'm just baffled why people would assume without any symptoms, really. You know, it's like being a hypochondriac, basically. I think it's maybe the gardening version of hypochondria, where they're like, oh, I have shortness of breath. Of course, I just got back inside from a walk, but I have shortness of breath. I must have brain cancer or something, right? People jump to these crazy conclusions for some reason with illnesses. You hear it all the time, right? It's actually quite common for people to be hypochondriacs. So I wonder if it's a similar kind of thing. I fucking honestly don't know. I really don't know. Uh, Hold on, what are we looking at here? Uh, Please don't spam the chat, by the way. Don't repeat comments. Yeah, I don't know why. What is going on here? Yeah, new viewer, if you're not a troll, because we always try to assume that people are not trolls, you know, even though we probably know better. If you're spamming comments like that, I don't really like that. Uh, Thank you for the positive comments, but please don't repeat the same comments over and over again. So thank you, Hardcore, for dealing with that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll probably wrap it up here in a second. I don't really need to pontificate about freaking roly-polies, but they're part of the ecosystem. You know, they're part of the, people like to call it the soil food web, but you can call it whatever you want, honestly. But the, I mean, the only reason that people don't like to call it that, honestly, is because this particular old man, now that I'm thinking about it, this particular old man that doesn't like Elaine Ingham, the fuck do I care what he thinks about anybody, honestly? So we're going to call it the soil food web. I don't really don't care. We're going to call it the soil food web. She apparently popularized it. She's a nice lady, honestly. Um, I've met her a couple times. She's perfectly friendly. She's very like she actually is literally a grandmother, like very nice older lady. I mean, I don't understand what the problem is, but whatever. We'll just fucking move on. So the soil food web, it has all kinds of critters at every single intersection. Oh, these zombies hopping on real quick. Uh, Little things eat even littler things. You know, bacteria gets eaten by protozoans and fucking nematodes and so on. The nematodes get eaten by small arthropods. Cheers, D. The freaking arthropods get eaten by larger arthropods. On and on and on and on. And at each step of the way, those fuckers are basically pooping the results of their freaking carnage, right? Basically all over the soil. And those defecations are basically feeding the entire soil ecosystem, right? And that doesn't stop at one particular size of critter.
Aww.
That continues all up into the macro critters, you know, like the pill bugs, basically. They eat decomposing leaves and composting matter, basically. They apparently do have the capacity to eat living matter, so that's the complaint that people have. But again, absence of any symptoms, I really wouldn't worry about it. You know, like if your plants are not visibly sick, you don't see chew marks on your roots, etc., etc. Like I wouldn't worry too much about it, honestly, you know? Uh, and even there is a theory that some amount of insect predation on your plants triggers the SAR response, right? So it actually hypes up the terpene production, everything else on your plant. So there are actually literally people who deliberately use things like insect frass that is supposedly a trigger for SAR. I don't know if that's been shown, but that's the theory that people that sell insect frass will be happy to tell you about. But anyway, maybe we'll leave it there. Good to see you back, D. Did you guys have an inaugural flush and all that kind of stuff? Oh, he's still working. He's still at it. Uh, I don't watch Matt Powers enough, but I'm subscribed to him. He just had a video the other day that I put on my watch list for what was it? Wonderful that I don't remember anything about it now. Anyway, I agree with you. There's a couple of great, and wouldn't you know it, they're not weed people. Wouldn't you fucking know it? I have to be honest, there's so little weed content that I can watch. Most of it is not at a high level, and I don't know. I don't need to see warehouse tours, you know. Really tough for me to get through a lot of weed content these days. So I really prefer some of these non weed channels. I hate to say it, but there's nothing rewarding in the weed sphere right now. I don't know. If you guys know some good weed channels, I would love to hear about them, and not just some dipshit dreadlocked fuckface who started growing last year, who has a wonderful TikTok following. That's not really what I'm interested in. Red Setter Farm says I get invitations to free seminars all the time. Uh, that's the thing. Sometimes free seminars, why is it free, right? That said, I've been to good free seminars over the years, but yeah, it's rare these days. Anyway, ladies and gerbils, hardcore went there. Says when I picture the soil food web, I just picture your mom's cock in her mouth. Your mom's a cock in her mouth.
Ew.
He needs to tighten up the editing on the joke, but well done. Uh, anyway. All right, boys and girls, we're gonna bounce. Welcome back, D. Success on the toilet, or did the toilet defeat you? I
No,
hope
the
not.
toilet didn't. The floor's not level, so we're gonna have to do something else.
Oh, how annoying.
After all that, yeah.
Are you gonna replace the subfloor or what?
We don't know yet. We're gonna see.
That'd be the easiest part, basically.
Yeah.
Just basically put in another piece of plywood, make sure that it's braced properly.
The rest
Northstar
of
would
the
know well, maybe Northstar doesn't want to get bothered. Hardcore would know. So, for example, if you show him a picture, he'd probably be able to tell you just like that. Hey, do this, do this, do this. It's
yeah.
not worth taking a shortcut either because if that toilet falls in because it's heavy and people sit on it and stuff, that will cause
Yeah.
lots of problems, right? So,
Yeah, man.
cheers, dude. Good to see you.
You too, Fumes.
Best of luck with the toilet. Let us know. Let us know the progress on Saturday. Uh, Perhaps it'll be called Splatter Day. Well, hopefully not.
Yeah.
Good to see you, D. Uh, Ladies and gerbils, thanks very much for joining us. Dr. Lee Bulone says, hit the up button, stoners. Thank you for reminding folks. Dr. Lee Bulone, if you guys did enjoy the show, please do hip, hit that thumb button. I guess hit it with your hip or something. I don't even know. It would only really make sense if you'd already fallen down. Like I've fallen and I can't get up, so I'm going to use my hip to hit the thumbs up button. That doesn't really make a lot of logical sense. But we're going to roll with it anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks very much for joining us anyway, even though we are not able to tell interesting stories. Cheers, Sound Truth. Cheers, Hardcore. Cheers, Dr. Leave You Alone. Red Setter Farm. Good to see all you guys. Who else was hanging with us? Hopefully, official slam by him, YouTube, whatever. I mean, it seems like a troll name, but whatever, whatever you are, if you can just chill next time, we'd be happy to hear from you again. Just please don't spam comments. Who else was hanging with us? Oh, J5 was there. Yeah, that's right. That we were talking about J5. Joseph Anthony, J5. Good to see you guys.
Like,
Old school. Who else hanging? Jess and Bean. And and of course Johnny Summertime. Good to see you, buddy. Ladies and gerbils, hopefully I caught everybody, and if not, hopefully we'll shout you out next time. Of course, sometimes folks just like to listen in while they're working in the garden and stuff. So, lurkers, non-lurkers, all you guys, I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget, of course, to use the coupon code Giddy Up, ladies and gentlemen, to save yourself 40% off, a whopping 40% off, and that includes all the cucumber seeds and zucchini seeds and whatever else you can find on the internet at that one particular website that I know where it is. You might even know where it is, but I'm not allowed to tell you where it is, or a very high chance that a particular old man would have my show struck. So no, thank you very much. Hopefully you'll guess correctly. I mean, goatcheese.com, maybe. I don't know, perhaps. Sheepcheese.com. Try it there. I don't know, perhaps. Uh, D is a big fan of construction hats. Look for constructionhatemporium.com. Use the coupon code GiddyUp. I don't know if it'll work. Maybe it'll work. But of course, if you can guess correctly, it will work at one particular website on the internet, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm simply not allowed to tell you about for the dumbest possible reasons. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for hanging. If you want recommendations, of course, make sure to look up the mass of the gas. Look up Uranus, ladies and gentlemen. Look up, of course, The Devil's Breakfast. That's another really flavorful one. What else? Don't forget, of course, to use or to look up Squeak Cheeks, ladies and gentlemen. That's one that I'm sure you'll enjoy. Oh, and Morgana's Whispered Vespers, ladies and gentlemen, the newest incarnation of Morgana with the Cuvée 2 across that Highland Tykerla. Check them out, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, folks, for hanging. Be kind, be decent, be gentlemen, don't be fucking pricks, dicks, or lunatics, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to puff something wonderful, obviously marshmallows. And until we meet again, thanks.